I was at spawn on the shatter SMP, and I was just running around seeing if I could find anything cool, and I was just trying to find any players. I was just running around, and then I found this player with an invisibility potion. He hit me once, and he was much more geared than me, so I had to follow him. I could have tried to run away, but if I did, that would probably end up in me dying on the shatter SMP. And I didn't want to die on the shatter SMP because if you die on the shatter SMP, like nothing really happens. But since the hardcore era was about to happen and the finale was going to happen, I did not want to miss it by not being geared up. We decided to go, and we were running away from the spawn. I didn't know where he was taking me, but I wasn't going to risk having to die just because of this player. He had a totem in his hand, meaning that he must have been very skilled at the game, because not that many players on the Shadow SMP had totems. Not even I had a totem. But I did have some end crystals, and that might end up important later. I don't know. So I decided to follow him, and we had ran a little bit farther away from spawn. We had gotten to another player's base, and we had just gone right past it. I know this narrative sounds a little bit bad. This is different from most of my videos. This is gaming instead of just my regular animation, but there's a tiny bit of animation, just a little bit. So we had gone through the forest, gone through that player's house, and we just gone through the forest. He must have tracked this thing down. He had golden apples. I also had golden apples, but first this was enchanted. So we're just going through the forest. Oh, dilly dally, running around. He went to eat again. All I had was a cooked pork chop. He splashed us with swiftness, so we can probably get to the cords faster of wherever he was taking me. So we were running around through the forest, like I've just said, for the past 12 minutes. I tried to run away from him, but I was just actually just trying to get faster. And so we're just running around through the oak forest, the birch and oak trees around us. He had to break some of the leaves, which he could just easily have gone around, but Percy was just on a straight mission to get to cords. Then we weren't even there yet. I'm just saying this as I'm watching the video, so I'm just a narrative. But I do know how all this happened. I don't know why it happened, just know that he was able to hit me and his stacked players. We had fallen in some powdered snow, but we just quickly broke out of that. And we were just running around with our swiftness potions. I had to eat, and hopefully he didn't find that me trying to slow him down. We get to another portal, and I'm just landing on some dirt, because usually something good happens on the dirt, I guess. And then I crouched, and then he crouched, and then I fell into a deep tunnel with 3 bedrocks on each side and 1 water, letting me not break down any blocks. I tried to escape, but it didn't work. And so I had to try some other ways to get free. I tried to place on some blocks, which didn't work. I accidentally placed one in front of me instead of around me. And we're just there, trying to figure out a way to get out. I tried to place down a sapling and dirt. I was able to place down the dirt, but since I placed the dirt too far away, the sapling wasn't able to get on top of it. And once again, I was trapped in this prison of 3 blocks. But then, yes. Okay, this is my animation segment. I'm going to say how I escaped because it wasn't able to get on video, but basically I was able to break some deep slate around the place, and that was able to get me some blocks to get out. And so now I'm out, I'm just swimming around, and the player might still be up there, so I'm just very cautious on where I'm doing and where I'm going. It took me a few minutes to get through all of this, but a few minutes is nothing to a few minutes is nothing in Minecraft terms. We're just being there and waiting. Got up to the top. Sorry if this. Sorry, my narrative sounds crazy. I'm just looking. I'm just trying to airball everything. I mean, I'm not trying. Never mind. I'm just gonna continue next thing I'm doing. So I'm getting to the top, and like I'm turning. So I got to the top, and I break some blocks. Yes, this is Minecraft. To mention, I did take off my armor because I figured out that the end crystals can be placed on top of the bedrock. So I wasted a few end crystals, but did some damage, which was nice, I guess. This is very weird narrative. But I'm just getting to the top with all my stuff. I'm trying to break the first block. It doesn't quite work that well, but I'm breaking the first block no matter what. But I'm underwater, so it's taking much more longer than it should be, even with an enchanted diamond pickaxe. But on the long case, I was able to break it, which was very nice. But now I had difficulty trying to get up there. I don't want to break the water source because if I messed it, then I would have to be mining all the way up, which would take much longer. So I'm just there. And there are a lot of casualties. I put on. I don't know if I did anything in there. I just so I mined some blocks and zombie. No, zombie lands in. Quickly kill the zombie real quick. Like right there. And now I have to find a way to get out. Just looking through my inventory to see if I can find anything good that I can use to get out. See if I had any blocks, which I didn't. But then nothing has changed. But then I found an air pocket, and you quickly did some mining there, all around. And all the mining, a little bit of mining, a little bit of digging, is built up. Then I place the blocks down. Then just quickly go through another portal, hoping it's not trapped, but should lead to spawn, so shouldn't be trapped. Going through the portal. Go through the other side, get hit. It's kill the zombie, and then could go through the portal back to the overworld. And then, after all of that, I was finally able to make it back to spawn safely.